I stayed with Envestnet for almost 3 years. So initially, I worked as a Java developer. So post the internship, I was actually given a PPO. I applied for startup. I got the call within a week. 3 rounds of interviews happened. Got converted, and it was a PM role. So I got actually HR call from Delhivery. Saying like, are you looking out for opportunities? And I was like, okay, fine. Microsoft has always been a dream company for me.
Do you have companies even in your engineering college? You had companies coming over like a day one and day two placements, or was it more sporadic in terms of kabhi bhi aa jayenge?
We had like day zero. I think IBM was the first company which came to the campus. Back then, they had a women only drive. Like that's why they focused on our college. They wanted to come to our college. They started the placement with our college, and I was able to crack that. So I got the first offer. Then a couple of others came in. Then Ericsson was my core company, like EC electronics based. So that was the other one that again got converted. That's all. I thought the placement season got over. Then Envestnet gave me an opportunity. Like they also, I cleared the test for Envestnet and again sat through the interviews and got that also converted. So I had like four offers in hand, one EC and the rest three was IT based.
So obviously you chose Investnet, which was the
Yeah.
highest package. Did you choose it because of the package, or
Okay. Couple of reasons. One was package. Second, I spoke to my seniors who worked on all these companies. They mentioned that the culture in Envestnet was really good. So that was the second reason. And like culture plus work is pretty good. You get to learn and stuff.
what was the job and how long did you work there?
I stayed with Envestnet for almost 3 years. So initially, I worked as a Java developer, but then I had this determination in my mind. No, I want to do something like pursue something else because I want to put myself in a different situation. That will actually give me a lot of learning, and that actually did what happened in IIM was.
So you had a whirlwind summer placement thing. Where did you get placed?
I got placed in Cognizant.
And was that like day zero, one, two? How does that work in?
Not summer placement is very random. I did apply and get shortlisted for multiple rounds. Certain companies I have reached the interviews as well, but didn't convert. So I did have my own share of struggles in the day zero, day one kind of. Then 2 days, I believe it was 3 days later, that's when Cognizant interviews happened.
Did you start your Cognizant summer placements? Where did you go there?
Because of COVID, the life sciences was the most hyped area because new things happening, drug discovery, and that's where I got to do my secondary research in terms of what's the upcoming roadmap of for technology looks like. So post the internship, I was actually given a PPO. So I had a PPO in mind, but I had to accept it again. College rules. In case I'm rejecting a PPO, there is a limit on the number of applications I could do for a lateral. For example, it was three, irrespective of whether I would get a shortlist or I am able to convert. So if I'm not able to convert, I won't be able to sit for the rest of the placements. With this particular clause in place, I had to go for my PPO because I didn't want to risk my job.
Then I'm intrigued. Did you then join Cognizant? What happened then?
I had like one to 2 months of break because Cognizant took their own time and my joining date was delayed. So I had this time when, because back then during MBA itself, I was keen on getting into a product manager role. So I started thinking, what do I do with this 2 months? This is not the place where I wanted to end up after my MBA. First, it was a business development analyst role. Second, life sciences. The project I did was interesting, but back then I decided I don't want to end up in life sciences domain. So the 2 months I had, I gave a lot of interviews. I applied for startup. I got the call within a week. 3 rounds of interviews happened, got converted, and it was a PM role. Itilite, it actually provides a corporate travel management and expense management platform. I joined the travel management platform team. Like there were PMs for each part of the platform. I was focused on the travel management journey. That's how I ended up in a startup as an associate product manager. So within 1 month, I left Cognizant uh, and joined Itilite. Like I did have, yeah, I had to stay for like 2 months or so, and then joined Itilite, and that was my first product manager
Right, right.
journey.
So you joined Itilite and you were happy, you were getting a good PM responsibilities. What happened next? Talk us through the last 3 years from there to where you are today.
Microsoft has always been a dream company for me. I might have mentioned this a couple of times before as well. 1 year I spent with Itilite. Again, startup culture was the first time experience for me, apart from being a first time PM. So I did have a lot of experience. When you work with a startup, you don't have a boundary. You get to do a lot of things.
Can you tell us a
So,
little bit more about your delivery career, your, how it
hmm.
was working for that company?
I mean, how did you reach there with your final placements during the COVID second year, and how did you reach delivery?
So I got a actually HR call from Delhivery, saying like, "Are you looking out for opportunities?" And I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll give it a try because I know delivery. It's a different domain. That's first. Second, a bigger at that point, a little more established, a bigger organization." So I gave the interviews, got converted, and that's how I moved to delivery. So I stayed with delivery for like 1.5 years.
Where were you based in delivery?
It was Bangalore, so I was working out of the Bangalore office.
Because from the name, it seems like a Delhi based company. Is that right?
It is. It is. So we have actually Delivery has an office in MG Road, Bangalore. So I was based out of that.
So, how did you get in Microsoft?
Like I directly applied. It wasn't a referral, a direct application, and I got a call. And then the interview process happened, and finally converted, and here I am.
Now that you've been in Microsoft, your dream job, your dream company, what do you do right now in Microsoft as a PM?
At Microsoft, it starts with Product Manager 1. Right now, I'm Product Manager 2. Again, Product Manager 2 has two different levels, like level 61 and 62. Then you become a Senior Product Manager, which has like 2, 3 levels within it. There are multiple levels. After Senior PM, you become a Principal PM, and then it goes on. So that's how the career ladder looks like.
Which part of product management are you doing right now? Your 1 year product.
I'm actually on the Azure product.
How big is Azure in Microsoft? Is it like 50% now or is it less than that? This
It's
part, right?
actually growing by a tremendous number by year. Like year on, it's growing tremendously. So we have a lot of
Yeah.
focus, like from a Microsoft company perspective, a lot of focus is there on growing Azure. So Azure itself is a huge team, and we are just one part of it. I mean, narrowing it down, it's actually Azure Edge team. So that's what I'm part of.